Hello, I am back once again. So here's a little bit more of Pokopia. So first things first, I want to apologize for the semi-abrupt ending last night. A semi-late start followed by like me having a strict schedule in order to get enough rest for work the following day kind of cut this recap stream short, but should have plenty of time to continue where we left off. So last time we essentially covered like roughly the first week of the trip. Ooh. Always buy recipes. Okay. So anyways, the last thing we talked about was my second Monday. So now we're just gonna move straight into the Tuesday afterwards, and just as a small reminder, the Monday we last talked about was when I bought like Dragon Quest 7 for the PS1, otherwise known as like Dragon Warrior 7. So anyways, moving on to Tuesday, aside from like a bit more Pokopia, I did want to play something else, and as a small aside, for a couple of like the early days of the trip, I was replaying Metroid Prime 4, and I did wrap that up. So I did bring quite a few Switch games to like keep myself occupied, but I'm like, okay, which one do I want to play? And for some reason on Tuesday, I'm like, yeah, let's play Doom. This is specifically the newer release that was handled by Night Dive and whatnot, the Doom 1+2. What that essentially is, I don't know if I described it before last night, but it's just like it has the first two Doom games as well as stuff like Final Doom stuff, so that would be Master Levels, Plutonia, TNT, but it also has John Romero's like newer Sigil episodes, both Sigil 1 and Sigil 2, and the more interestingly, the newer released episodes that Night Dive and Machine Games worked on in collaboration. I think someone else did. I forgot what other studio was involved in that. And that was basically Legacy of Rust. But for right now, only talking about Doom 1, because I was just working my way through that. And I don't have much to say right now other than, like, it's still Doom, and I'm like, oh man, am I actually gonna do a full playthrough of the original Doom? Hang on, is that sound working? Hey, Varian. It's like 1 o'clock over there. Shouldn't you be in bed? I think you should be in bed, but also hi. You're be in bed? I mean, fair enough. I would be too. But yeah, I spent a little bit of like the early day on that Tuesday, just playing Doom. Varian and I did go out for the day because we met up with his friend Nam, and we went around for like a little bit at the mall, mainly to like just get something to eat together. And there is a place in that mall called Bagel Corner, and I haven't had Bagel Corner before. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, let's try it out, because we were like thinking about what we would have together out of like 3 options, and I suggested like, hey, let's do Bagel Corner. So we did. I got myself, if I remember correctly, I got myself like a specialty bagel that had oh god, I already can't remember exactly what it was detail wise, but oh my god, why is everyone coming into my stream being eepy in bed? 3 hours of Wanroll streams to fall asleep to. Big YouTube playlist incoming. Hi, Maddie. How you doing? Throw more wood in burner. That's good enough. But yeah, I don't remember the exact bagel, but I'll tell you right now, it was good. It was a good bagel. I'm happy. That was some good stuff. So like the 3 of us were just doing like casual conversation while eating there. And of course I'm getting like a sort of pep talk because I'll tell you right now, Nam is totally right, but I am if you've been watching my stream for years, you know how self-defeatist I am. And I know it's not good for me. Nam is totally right. And it's something I gotta work on. It's difficult, but I do have to work on it and be better to myself. I just wish the world was in a better place to make it worth it. But god damn it, I'll still try. You missed... Yeah, it's okay that you missed the first stream. It ended up being cut short because of real-life obligations. Didn't miss too much in terms of discussion other than Bozo buys video games that happen to be US copies in Europe. Again. But not too much other than some like places we tried out. Just as the quickest recap. Biggest cliff notes. Varian tries takoyaki for first time, likes it. I win, chat. 3rd time's the charm for my octopus balls. This is how we win. Doesn't that mean I can play them when I get home? Where do you think I am? I am home. Dude, if I was able to stream while in France, I would have done it like almost every fucking day. Almost every day. I can promise you that. But in terms of testing them, yeah, I'd wait till I get home because if something went wrong, like I haven't tested Dragon Quest VII yet. And if there's something wrong with both discs, uh-oh, say goodbye to 80 euros, baby. I can't get a refund on that shit, but it, like, I obviously checked condition and all that stuff. You know how I am with my physical games. So anyways, getting back on topic, after just our little chat and eating at the Bagel Corner, Nam did need to go check out some shoes because there was like a promotion going on for a specific type, so Nam wanted to get them, and unfortunately I don't believe there was like a proper size that would fit, and anything close to that wouldn't work out when actually walking in the shoes. So unfortunately the shoe purchase was a bust for Nam, and that was sad. You hate to see it. Our little like meet up with Nam didn't last that long, because like once we left the mall, Nam said goodbye, and then me and Varian just started to head back. But before then, Varian did want to stop at a particular bookstore. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but did browse around a bit. Varian pointed out one interesting book. I'm pretty sure I took a photo of it. Let me pull it up. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, excuse me. There you are. I found it. What does that say in the middle? Is that my name? What am I doing? It's the Kevin book. What are you doing here? I didn't write that. I promise I did not write that. Oh shit, chat. I forgot. I actually have, I forgot I did like a small video of like what I had at the bagel corner. Stand by. Hold on, before I do anything, is there something I can do in OBS to make sure it doesn't like autoplay stuff? I don't know if I could find an option like that. Hold on. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna try and pause this real fast. Okay. That's fine. That must have been fast enough. This was my bagel corner order. You can't see what the actual bagel is, but there's an Oreo donut. That's what I had. Now, I'm gonna have to be quick on the draw for that, because there might be some audio that I don't want. Oh, right! There's also something while we were browsing at the mall. I think this was on a different day, but since we're still talking mall, this is relevant. Chat, I have a game for you. Can you read this? What does this say? This was on a shirt. What did they mean by this? It honestly took me a fair bit to like figure out what this actually said. So I'll read it out loud. When you stop obsessing over outcomes, judgments, or the need to control everything, something inside you loosens. The spirit stops clinging. It breathes. Lusona? Yeah. What fucked me up, other than like trying to like get these last words out, was that some of the periods like near loosens is subtle. So it's like you read it as one sentence and it makes no fucking sense. But then once you add the periods, it's like, okay, all right. Inside you loosens, the spirit stops clinging, period. See, like there was a moment where I thought it was just that. Lusona 4. Isn't Lusona a like has-been hotel character? I don't know, I don't watch the show. Can't quote me on that shit. And this is just for funsies. I can't remember which day it was. I know it's Luna. I'm doing a bit. oh, it's hell of a boss. Same creator. It was like a coin flip between both shows, to be honest. I don't remember what day this was, but this is relevant. It's outside the mall. I just did this for fun. I love that. Yeah, that fountain. Not the first time I've seen that fountain, but I will tell you, off screen, the plaza in Claremont there was always like a carousel. And this could be my memory failing me, but I feel like, oh shit, hold up. Hold up, we got a photo op. What's going on here? Yo, shit. Anyways, where was I? Oh, right. The carousel. I don't know if this is my memory failing me, but I swear that this was the first year that I went that I actually saw the carousel being active and used. And I was like, holy shit. People are using this thing? Oh my god. And before you ask, no, I did not go on it. I'm not gonna, I believe I would have loved to. That would have been really funny. Just to have Varian film me just do big frowny face on the carousel. But no, there was no time for that. So, after the whole bookstore stuff, Varian got a few books there because they were nice and cheap. We did stop by, this milkshake place that's actually really close to, the Game Cache store where I got Dragon Quest. Decided to hop in, because, like, the one milkshake place, like I mentioned last time, shut down between last year and my visit this year, so I couldn't get a milkshake from there. They don't let you ride carousels when you're past 12. Bullshit, they let the parents stand on it. Not on the horses, but stand next to their kids. I could at least stand and hold a pole. Is that too much to ask? Carousel operators. If only they let me swing at the playground. That I totally didn't go to. But anyways, excuse me. I didn't catch the name of this place, but Varian and I ordered some milkshakes there. I got like a chocolate milkshake with some like caramel drizzle. It wasn't a strictly milkshake place. It was like primarily like ice cream and whatnot, but milkshakes were an option. And let me tell you, chat, some good milkshakes. They were expensive, but I do not regret the milkshake I had. It was extremely tasty and very good. Big recommend. Big recommend, even for the price. And according to my notes, according to my notes here, even though I already talked about me playing Doom on the Switch, I beat Doom 1 the same day. All 4 episodes. So that was nice. Just going through that game. Because the last time I did a full run of Doom, the very first Doom game, was like well over a decade ago at this point. The last time I played it in full was in... Or on the Xbox 360 live arcade port of Doom. That was like really the only time I did a start to finish run of that game until like a few weeks ago. So wait, was that, hold on. What was that habitat? Shit. Probably have to look through the Pokedex, that would help. Bench and trash can? Thank you. I can do that. But yeah, very brief review of like playing through Doom 1 again. Still great. But I'm gonna be honest, chat. episode 4 of Doom kind of sucks. I do not like the levels in episode 4. A lot of the levels in episode 4 just aren't fun. I was not feeling it, and it was just like, not great. But that's just how I feel, because, like, I was enjoying everything else, just not really episode 4 of Doom. But that was mostly how that Tuesday went. Pretty fun day, all things considered. Moving on to Wednesday, I met up with Varian again as he had an appointment. Did our usual walk back. But before I went to pick him up, near one of the tram stations, I noticed, like, a particular store. It was like a trade-in store. I don't recall the name of this one, because there's another one I clearly remember the name of that we'll talk about later that we visit. But I peeked inside this one that actually had a couple of video games. So I was just browsing just a little bit before I took the tram, because there was still enough time before I had to go meet up with them. I did not buy anything from said store, because even though they had video games, nothing really caught my eye. And of course, because this is modern day, even in France, I'm seeing people going into stores like this at the counter, and what do I see? People buying Pokemon cards! Pokemon cards like this moth right here, maybe. So, after all that trade-in store, stuff, met back up with Varian. We walked back, but on the way back, there was, a particular cafe that we stopped at just to have, like, a drink and maybe, like, a snack. This is also a place that I don't recall the name of, and stupid me probably should have written it down for the sake of, the recap. But no, clearly I was too focused on my vacation instead of being a streamer YouTuber goes to France, talks about it for like 5 hours. Le Augustus? Is it Augustus or Auguste? I'm probably butchering it. It's one of those. It was a nice little, like, place. It was very... It was pretty cozy. And when we were I was having, like, chocolate milk. That's what I ordered, as well as, like, a brownie while we were just chilling. There was some sort of, like, lesson going on in there. Like, there was, like, some kind of class. And I think it was for, like, music, because S is silent, so Le Auguste. Auguste? Le Auguste. This is why Varian's here. I'm being schooled. Speaking of school, yeah, I think there was some sort of music class going on, because this woman was, like, playing some piano pieces while, like, a couple of other people were just, like, sitting and watching, but it definitely seemed like it was, like, talking about it. It's hard to tell me without seeing it yourself. Fair enough. I totally understand. I more than understand. It's, you know... I'm just double checking if there was, like, anything else in particular. Okay, chat, hang on. I need to check some data on this one clip, because I just need to double check what day this was. And if it happened to be the day I'm talking about, I'm going to show the clip. In the meantime, check out this building art. Nice cock. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Okay, let's see. Properties. Oh shit, that was the day. Okay, this is important to talk about. I'm surprised I did not write this down. Before the whole cafe, during our walk back, we were actually going past... How big is it, Sam? By the way, good Game Changer episode. Speaking of Game Changer, get ready for a Game Changer. Fuck you, AI. I can't believe Dropout's not suing for that ad. How dare you? Absolute beans. But yeah, on the way back, there was like another game store that I was aware of the past 2 times I went. And I've gotten stuff from there the past 2 times I went. I think the first year I got like a Zelda amiibo there and some other things. I don't know if it was the same year I also got a Skyward Sword Steelbook for the Switch. That may have been last year. But I do remember getting some things, not something too big from there. Then I was informed before the trip that that game store in particular closed down. So I had to pay my respects because we walked by the former location that is now officially gone. They kept the Yu-Gi-Oh up there for some reason. They must have forgotten about it. But it's depressing. Like, how many stores have closed since I last visited? I feel like I'm responsible. Like, the filthy American just shows up, taints it with his presence, and then it goes away. I'm just joking, by the way. I can imagine that, a lot of expenses of like running shops like that are like not exactly like easy to maintain. Even more evident since like I talked about it last year, but one of the most defining aspects of my my first visit to France was the one anime store that kept blaring Gangnam Style every time we walked past. So like the next year I came by, that store was gone, and that was like a defining moment of, oh no. I still miss that Gangnam Style store. I think about it every time because of how funny it was. I truly miss it, even though I didn't really care to get stuff from it, but like that leaves such an impression on you. Can't help it. So getting back on track, because you know me, I derail all the time on this stream. After the cafe, I asked if we could stop by this other kind of store that was actually right nearby. This one was called Happy Cash. So we took a little browse inside. I saw some video games, not a lot, but I saw some video games for sure. I didn't get anything because there were other sections too. Like they had TV. It was like a general place. It has like TVs, DVD players. It has books, manga. Like I mentioned, video games. But turns out Varian found some stuff that he totally wanted. Like, I pointed out some Inazuma 11 stuff, and let's just say he was very happy that I pointed it out, because he pretty much got it immediately because the price was good enough. But even though I didn't get it, one thing caught my eye and I'm like, I can't believe this. Le Prince de Bel Air. I need to know if this is like entirely dubbed in French or if it's just subtitled. I don't know if I can comprehend French Will Smith. I need to know. And it's only seasons 1 through 4. Okay, I'm a fraud. Are there more than 4 seasons of Fresh Prince? Probably dubbed. Oh man, I probably should have gotten this and left it at your place. Oh man. Hey, can you go back to Happy Cash Variant and buy this for me? I'll pay you back in full. I just need to know. So when we move in together, this will be the first thing I watch. But anyways, we leave Happy Cash, and Varian leaves happy with the manga he got. So right after that, we ended up getting more groceries yet again, since right next door to Happy Cash there was a grocery place. So that was very convenient for us. And then once we got back, nothing too much happened. Other than the fact that Varian was in the mood to play Judgment. And I'm like, yes! Oh, I need to watch Varian play Judgment. And I had a good time watching, because, like, I got the game for him, like, on Steam, like, as a gift. And he's been playing it via Matthew's Steam Deck, which is, connected to a dock, so it's playable on the TV. Like a Nintendo Switch, in fact. But, you know. But yeah, just fun watching him tackle the game and seeing all the wacky shit. I believe that was the day we saw, like, the Captain Cop sub-story with Kaito-san. so that was fun to experience all that. Just to see Kaito be like an accidental dad again. Oh man! It's Captain Cop! Ooh. Wow, I got 2 poster recipes. Holy shit. We're doing real good. I gotta get some stuff appraised. I gotta find myself the professor. So that's where I would say that that day ends. But I will say something interesting happened as I was trying to sleep. Like because of time zones and whatnot. Like it was like maybe 1 or 2 a.m. at this point. So like Varian and I are just trying to sleep. So we're just doing the opposite of sleeping and just watching shit on like our phones. I just casually check my Discord. Not my Discord. I don't have an active Discord server, but like the RCG Discord. And the thing I see is Blondie posting a link to a Nintendo Direct for a new Star Fox game that drops out of fucking nowhere. So here I am in bed going like, oh fuck, a new Star Fox game is actually real. I knew there was an ulterior motive with the fucking Mario Galaxy movie and having our furry friend be in it. So, if you want my general thoughts on, like, on the new Star Fox, even though, like, the game is coming out next fucking month, Yeah, they drop a direct 1 month before the game comes out. So, like, hot damn. My general thoughts is, like, God damn it, why are they doing Star Fox 64 again? Like, come on. Like, visual-wise, it looks and runs really, like, really good from the footage I saw. The more realistic designs of the cast is very interesting. I think I like it. It's so fucking bizarre seeing it. But, like, yeah, I'm semi-torn, but I'm also kind of excited. Like, I'll just straight up tell you, I am gonna get the game. I just wish it wasn't a fucking another Star Fox 64 remake. Like, that really bums me out. It's like, ever since, like, the whole fiasco with Star Fox Zero on the Wii U and how that was received. By the way, I know people who hate Star Fox Zero and they're all cowards. I will fucking, like, I will be that game's strongest soldier, even though I am very aware of its notable flaws. I will fight for it. But I feel like the reason they're redoing Star Fox 64 again is because of the reception of Zero, which was also sort of another Star Fox 64. Like, it just begs the question. That quote from long ago about there's no new F-Zero because we don't have any ideas for it. Meanwhile, Star Fox is like, all right, we're just gonna do the game again. That's not new ideas. That's not the whole new idea thing is not a good excuse anymore. In this case, why not do what you did with the new Star Fox, as in Remake 64, and do that with F-Zero X? Why not give that N64 game the big visual overhaul? I know why, because number one, F-Zero fans suffer daily, even though we had F-Zero 99, but, like, I'm very, like, still torn on that game because it is inherently a battle royale game and based on the SNES game, which I'm not as familiar with, personally, even though, like, I know how it is and how it works. I just always preferred the 3D ones like X and especially GX. But yeah, I'll play the new Star Fox. I do like that there is online multiplayer. But I also feel like it's very limited. Like, just from what they showed, it's 3 maps and 3 modes. And bafflingly, for some reason, a mode is tied to the map. So, like, you can't do, like, 3 maps with 1 mode. For example, it's like, if you're on this map, you're forced to play this mode. I'm like, what the fuck is this, dude? Like, I don't understand. But whatever, I guess. I don't know. Another, long story short, chat, Star Fox is going on the docket. I haven't pre-ordered it or anything, but it's going on the docket, and I'm gonna stream it. I'm gonna play it. I'll do it. So that was Wednesday. What a way to go to sleep. I lied. That wasn't just Wednesday. Because right after the Star Fox thing, I totally forgot that there was a presentation for the new RGG Studio game, Stranger Than Heaven. You have no idea which Star Fox I'm talking about? Exactly. Don't worry about it. We'll just say it's the new old one. The old new one. But to be brief on Stranger Than Heaven, looks pretty solid. It's got a great theme song. I think the theme song they have for it is fantastic. It's really good. We'll just see how the game actually turns out because of how outsider opinions, as in, like, outside of me, because I haven't played it yet, how things have been not going so well in terms of like public opinion on RGG Studios because of Yakuza Kiwami 3. So we'll see if Stranger Than Heaven can stick the landing, and I guess at the same time the brand new Virtua Fighter project they're working on. All right, we're done with Wednesday. Star Fox was like the big shocker that day, even though that day was pretty fun in its own right. So moving on to Thursday. Thursday is actually a big day because this was around the time where one of Variant's friends was actually stopping by to visit for the weekend. So around like morning, early afternoon-ish, Variant's friend Carbo visits. So it's my first time meeting them. So we had our introductions. Yeah, the boy's here now. A lot of the Pokemon are here now, Variant. So yeah, Carbo ended up staying in like at the apartment like from Thursday to Sunday. So like following days it's like we're just all doing stuff together. But there was actually a place right nearby the apartment that I noted in my brain as I was like going around and just walking home. I'm just like, that's a ramen place, and it's like 2 steps from the apartment. I want to check this out. The place is called O Ramen. So we decide to order there. I got myself some ramen. Meanwhile, Varian and Carbo got like noodles. And I'll tell you right now, because I opted to go pick it up and everything, trying to pick up stuff like food while not speaking the French language is scary as shit and makes me so nervous. And I did my best, but thankfully the person like helping me out at O Ramen, like one of the runners there, or at least like the cashier lady, is very kind of helping me out and trying to help me like get through some stuff entirely in French. I just had to do like basic like single word stuff because I was just there for like pickup. And got some extra stuff. Interestingly enough, like we got some extra stuff in our order that we didn't order, like some shrimp chips and some chicken bites. It didn't cost us extra. I guess she just threw that in, and I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? But I will say the ramen was good. That was some good stuff. Okay, where should we put the mirror? There we go. I'm gonna put my wobbler, like, here. So yeah, O Ramen was good, and interestingly enough, I thought this was a bit later, according to my notes, but that same day, that was the time we hit credits in Pokopia. Actually, while I'm here, let me go into the capture gallery. There's a lot of Pokopia clips. Like this good face. Love to see this good face. Just some examples. What a good out of context quote, by the way. You're welcome to squish him if you want. Wait, what was... Hold on. I'm sidetracking. What was this Prime 4 clip? Oh, this is just fun. I remember now. Good. Good job, Samus. What a mysterious table. But yeah, we hit credits in Pokopia, and as you can see, I am still playing Pokopia. The game never ends. It will never, ever end. Why can't I just move that normally? Okay. But the main thing that we did on Thursday was, later in the night, we ended up going to, like a drag show. So it's my first time going to something like this. And even then, it wasn't just a drag show. There were like some other performances and like, acts there, which I'll get into. But the main thing, and it's a little bit unfortunate, the main thing about when we went was that the show ended up starting... Yeah, it was mostly a concert, but like, the drag show was like the first thing that happened. But the unfortunate thing was the entire thing started an hour later than it was supposed to. So there was like a good amount of time where like we were just, kind of sitting around and waiting. And as a side note, Varian's friend Axel that I've met, like before the past couple of times I went to France. So, I got to see Axel again very briefly while he was manning like the lights and stuff, for the show. So like because of that, I didn't like bring my, my gift for him because we would meet up again later and take care of that after. But yeah, the drag show performance was pretty nice. It was like, I don't know what it was based off of entirely. Like, if there was actual source material or whatnot. But like, it was neat. And then right after that, there was like a legitimate concert, which, I mean, if you went there and saw the drums and guitars and amps already, you would have assumed that by all that. Oh, it was based off of Wicked? I'm gonna be honest, I probably wouldn't have figured that out, but awesome. That's cool. Hang on, I'm gonna do something interesting here with this. Oh, wait a minute. Unless... Give me that. I have a better idea. Oh, I only have one upper? Fuck! Damn it. I unfortunately did not get video of, like, the drag show portion. But the concert that did happen after, like, immediately after, I got 2 video clips of. I'm gonna have to be really quick on lowering the volume, because this is probably gonna blow your guys' ear out immediately. Let me lower that. Just lower it enough. Unfortunately, the amp is blocking the drummer in the back. I don't know the name of this group, but it was a fun show, like show to like watch and listen to. But because foolish me thought it was strictly just a drag show I was going to. Oh, they're called Dolores. Ah, interesting. Because I wasn't aware that we were going to a rock concert, Josh, I did not bring earplugs. Oops. So that did not help my hearing, let me tell you. So that was a mistake on my part. And the worst part is I actually brought earplugs with me on my trip. Mainly for like my flight, which I never used. I just stuck with my like music headphones the whole time. So had I known there was like a rock concert, I would have actually been able to use that. So unfortunately, as a result, plus the fact that the entire thing started like later than we would have liked, we kind of ended up leaving early. I thought about staying a bit longer, and Varian and Carbo both had like noise canceling headphones that they would have offered me, because Matthew wanted to stay, which is understandable. But between like that and it being pretty late, I just said, nah, I'm just gonna go back with Varian and Carbo for the night. Unfortunate, but like it was still a good time regardless. Oh, there we go. I don't know what my plan is with this room. I'm gonna be honest, chat room. I'm keeping the pole dancing though. That's mandatory. I'll just put some sandwiches on the table. Nope, we'll put that downstairs in the kitchen. But yeah, that was the main thing that night. What? Oh no. Ah. Oh shit, I can't put this on. Damn. So, moving on to Friday. I'm trying to remember if, like, Friday morning my hearing was, like, getting better or not. I think it was. Because I really didn't want to risk, like, fucking up my hearing last night, even though I could have gotten headphones. But Friday, we decide to play some Mario Kart World, courtesy of me, the Nintendo Switch 2 owner. And of course, we had fun. I can't remember if Carbo was playing with us at this time, or if it was just me and Varian, but it's Mario Kart. I can't say much about that other than we had fun with the typical racing shenanigans, like playing team races where we're all on the same team versus the AI, and the fact that items cause friendly fire in fucking team battles because fuck you, it's Mario Kart. So we get some accidental red shell moments like that. Like, thank you, Mario Kart. You really have no friends. They're all your enemies, no matter what. But since I had talked about Axel already from the concert, Friday was actually when we were gonna meet up with Axel proper and go to Le Checkpoint again. That little gaming cafe that I've been to pretty much every single time I've visited. So we got to hang out there for a bit. I didn't really get any video or anything from there this time around. I did get one little thing. Look at this DDD. Very good. That's the only video I got from Le Checkpoint. So yeah, Varian, myself, Carbo, and Matthew met up with Axel. And we ended up playing a full card game of the Cyanide and Happiness game. We've played it before where it's like you just like you have 2 cards for like a setup and then you just like do a punchline and you pick like what's the funniest. Oni, what are you doing here? How can I help you, King DDD? Also, I hope Oni Rokaku is doing all right, who happens to be in chat right now. Wait, is this Oni Rokaku in the water? Let's find out, chat. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at this. Look at this boy. Yeah. Where's my Whooper, though? Whooper's walking around. I need to find my Whooper. But yeah, we had fun playing the Cyanide and Happiness card game, and I gave Axel my gift that I got from my work. It was a Pusheen plush, which is Pusheen holding a donut. Because like when I saw that at work, I'm just like, I know Axel likes poutine. I almost said poutine. Listen, I'm not in Canada. 2 Canadian boys are at Anime North right now, and I'm not. Just give me a break here. Kids playing Baldur's Gate 3 and you're editing old streams ready for YouTube? Understandable. You're on the VOD channel life, it seems. But yeah, Axel really liked the Pusheen gift, so I'm happy about that. And then after that card game, I don't recall the name of this one, but we didn't play it for as long, even though it was pretty funny when we did. Varian, if you're still there, can you remember what the name of this card game was? Because I know how it works. It's like you get randomly selected as like a person that wants to make sure a singular bomb gets defused, or someone that wants the bomb to explode. So like it's kind of like a lot of like it's kind of like mostly based around like bluffing. So like there's only like one bomb card while there's like multiple like cards that do nothing or cards that contribute to it getting diffused. But yeah, it was an interesting premise, and it was like fun trying to figure out like reading like people's bluffs and whatnot, because we had to pass around a little pair of like these like small fake scissors, and that's what you use to like pick the card that's like, okay, I'm gonna try and cut the wire on this, and like it's either it does nothing, it is a diffuse wire, or it's a bomb. Just one of those 3. But I think the most notable thing about that card game was the greatest play that Varian has performed. Like, top tier gamer moment. Ooh. Excuse me. Do you know where I can find sailors? Oh, I know you still stream, Oni. I'm just saying, like, it seems like you're getting the, getting, like, a VOD channel ready and whatnot. So, anyways, the best play was just to spoil things, I might be wrong in this singular detail, but I believe for this particular round, Varian was like one of the bad guys, so he wanted the bomb to explode. So like after like deliberations and like he went up first in the entire game for this session. He started, he picked the card, and the bomb immediately exploded. Like turn 1, frame 1, he wins the game. Incredible play. You love to see it. You're just using the main channel as a VOD channel now? Oh, so that's how you're handling the main channel. Okay, I thought it would be interesting if you like if you made a separate one, but I'm not sure what you tended to do on the main channel nowadays, but like I'm not going to tell you how to operate your business. By the way, not to shill Oni, have you seen my new 3.5 hour long video that I posted before I went on vacation? Yeah, STR, it was a speedrun record. It kind of, like, in a way, it felt like the infamous, like, Clue PC game speedrun, where that one person got immediately arrested and sent to jail. The greatest speedrun of all time. But anyways, I think the most shocking thing about going to the checkpoint this time around was the revelation that the kitchen that they had, because like before you were able to like order something like a hot dog there and whatnot, just to have something to eat while you're at this cafe. The kitchen closed down. Pour another one out for my visiting curse of things getting closed down just because I came back. That's still a joke, by the way. Don't take that seriously. But yeah, no, the kitchen unfortunately closed down, so as an alternative, at least we were able to go to the nearby L'Etoile to get something to eat. But at the very least, the checkpoint still has, like, beverages to buy, which is kind of, like, essential anyways, because, like, correct me if I'm wrong, in order to, like, actually hang out and stay there, you kind of do need to, like, get a beverage. And then once you do, you're pretty much good to, like, hang out and play games. But yeah. And I only just realized this now, chat, without, checking this year. I didn't see if the checkpoint still had that Reggie Fils-Aimé pick on the counter that said please no Johns. I didn't check. I hope it's still there because that is an important piece of that place to me. Just seeing Reggie Fils-Aimé on the desk. Yeah, this is a Pokemon game. You like how I get addicted to Pokemon games that aren't mainline games? Like, avoiding real Pokemon games to this day. Tiger, me and Varian played a shit ton of this on vacation. Like, this extremely addicting Pokemon game. Okay, how's my storage? Bad. My storage bad. Let me try something here. Oh no, does it have to be specific ones? Nope, wrong one. Will you try to sell kit on Pokopia? It's not Animal Crossing. Now, I haven't played this particular game I'm about to say, but people have been comparing it to Dragon Quest Builders. Like, in a way, it's more Minecraft-esque, but not like Minecraft. like it's got a nice flow of progression to get you like into building the communities for the Pokemon and whatnot, and all the powers you get to help expedite that process. But anyways, while I'm looking through all this stuff, wrapped up our time at, oh, I can do this. I just gotta move Arcanine. And I guess I also have to move Dragonite, which I guess in this case, I might have to get Dragonite away from the Skylands here. But yeah, we had our fun at the checkpoint, said our goodbye to Axel, and unfortunately that was like the last time I saw Axel on my whole trip. But it was nice meeting up again. And then after that, we just all, like, Carbo, myself, Arian, and Matthew just headed back to the apartment. And the rest of the night, because Carbo was interested in this one particular game, that was in, that's in Matthew, and I believe, I don't know if it's in both of their Steam libraries, but, Carbo wanted to play, Stray Gods, which is like a musical-based narrative game. So I got to pretty much watch how that went. And they did finish the game over the course of like 2 nights. But yeah, that was that Friday. Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch. I win this one. So, moving on to, oh, 3 for 3. I'm fucking winning. So, moving on to Saturday, Varian and Carbo go out shopping, but I opted to stay home. And you want to know what I did when I stayed home? I did something I didn't think I was gonna do. Where are you? Here it is.
Forces will never get their hands on this belt.
Oh, keep winning. I fucking finished the story mode of F-Zero GX after 20 years of originally doing it. I felt vindicated being able to do it again. Granted, just on normal difficulty, because anything higher than that is like fucking impossible game for aliens. But like, do you know how fucking good it felt? I think the most vindictive moment for me was beating Chapter 7 on my 2nd attempt. Younger me could never do it in that short amount of time. Meanwhile, the Deathborn thing you just saw actually took a bit longer, but, you know, that's just kind of how F-Zero GX be. And not just that, I also did the Master Cup stuff for, like, the Grand Prix, which I never did. That being said, though, I cheated on the Master Cup. I'm not gonna lie. I cheated on the Switch Online. I did not cheat on story mode. I did not use like save states in a cheating manner in the story mode. But Master Cup, oh, I cheated the hell out of that one, cause fuck this track. I think Phantom Road sucks. This track can go suck my nuts. What a piece of fucking shit. which is why it's the last track in the game. But my God, watch this. Yeah, fuck this game. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how that goes. Stupid fucking Phantom Road. But anyways, that means F-Zero GX is going on the 2026 video. Do you know how excited that makes me? Many months from now, I'm gonna be like, hell yeah, I get to talk about F-Zero GX on a YouTube video. Oh, and there's one last detail I glossed over. I'm just gonna play it again. Because of how happy I was that I was beating story mode again, I did in fact sing along to this song, just like at a pretty high volume. Captain Falcon will always be found, hot on the trail, tracking rogues down. One of the most satisfying and impossible games ever made. They will never make another F-Zero game like that, and it's depressing. At least it's on Switch Online. We take that. But anyways, that was the most eventful part of the day. Because after that, not much happened. Carbo finished Stray Gods the same day. And then for dinner... hang on, chat. I'm just double checking something real quick. Just double checking my notes because I feel like... Oh wait, no, this is correct. Okay, so there was another Japanese store that's actually really close by to the apartment. This one's called Santuka. And this one caught my eye because, like, on the way home one of the days, they were open, so they had signage out. Kane, I will not be answering questions irrelevant to vacation time. I'll talk about stuff like that after, because I do have answers for some stuff. I only talked about Star Fox because that happened as I was in France, and we already went past that part. But I mean, I guess in a way, something like the RE9 DLC did drop while I was away, but I wasn't able to fucking play it until I got home. No, did you think I was gonna bring a PlayStation 5 to fucking France? Are you out of your mind? I could never bring that shit. I would have to do checked luggage, and that's horrifying and expensive. Did I get my Dragonite doll? I think I did, right? Okay, yeah, let's go back. But yeah, Santuka caught my eye because one of the signages out there, it said takoyaki was on the menu. Even though me and Varian had takoyaki from Izakaya, like, earlier in the vacation, having takoyaki closer was enticing. So I floated the idea to everyone else. I said, hey, do you want to order out from here tonight? And they're like, yeah, sure. So we did just that. I got myself some katsudon, some sushi, and of course, some fucking takoyaki, which I shared with Varian because now that Varian is a takoyaki fan, big enjoyer of those octopus balls. And the most notable thing about Santuka, other than, like, everyone enjoying the food, is that I'm broke! That was the last of my physical euros, so I'm out of money outside of my bank account. Like, I had plenty of money in my bank. It's just, on-hand cash, gone. Big gone. There we go. But yeah, Santuga's really good. I also once again had to go pick it up myself, and again the whole language barrier was a bit difficult, but I managed. And again, they were very kind to like help me out and point stuff out, because like since I wasn't fully fluent in what they were asking, they were just physically showing me stuff. It's like chopsticks, and I'm like, oh, get me like trois. It's like 3 bundles of chopsticks, the soy sauce, etc. So like managed to figure it out and did my best. So like I'm still trying. I need to go to fucking French school, chat. That's what I'm just saying. Big lesson learned. I need to start now. I've been there 3 times and my learning has gotten worse. I need it to get better. It is the only way to survive. But after dinner, we were just kind of chilling a little bit, but just a little bit before bed, since, Carbo finished, Stray Gods, the Steam Deck was still plugged in. And, Matthew had a few games that we could try out, and it ended up just being me and him playing stuff, and we played, a little bit of Ultimate Chicken Horse, which is, it is certainly a video game. I'm not sure how I entirely feel about it, but like, it's definitely like a, like, competitive-ish game with like goofy elements and some mean shit you can do. So it's like, it's all right. However, the big notable thing for me was the next game that me and Matthew played. Lethal League Blaze. This game fucking rules. I know what Lethal League is. I've been well aware of what Lethal League is, but I never actually played it until, that night. And, yeah. Good shit. And it just reminded me, oh fuck, I should probably continue, with Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. That game remains unfinished in my playtime, so I need to go back and fix that at some point. Don't know when, but I've got to for sure do it. Oh, someone kill that bot. I'm a little preoccupied. Someone kill that bot right now. It's a first time chat too. That's how you know they're fucking fakers. There we go.
I got a shotgun.
Okay, how about we go... Let's go to a Dream Island while we talk about this. But yeah, Lethal League Blaze. Very fun. Even though I haven't played it before, I ended up beating Matthew more often than not. So that's just kind of how that happened. But yeah, very fun. And that's how that day went. So Sunday comes by. And since it's yet another Sunday, that means another run to the flea market. That being said, oh shit. Oh, I missed. Oh wait, no, I did not miss something. Sorry, I thought I got my days mixed up, but no, we're good. But yeah, before heading to the flea market, Varian and I stopped by the local bank, so like he got some cash and I ended up getting some cash from my account, which unfortunately I did get the typical oh, you didn't use your own bank, here's a fee. Oh, it's international, here's a fee. So I got a couple of fees to like pull from it, but I took the hit anyways. It's whatever. But yeah, for the flea market, it was just me and Varian. Matthew wasn't feeling up to going, and neither was Carbo. And honestly, they made the right call, because when me and Varian got to the flea market, there were like half the vendors compared to last time. And even though we like browsed around, nothing was really catching our eyes. It was just pretty barren, and the weather was not helping. It just seems like every single like time we've hit up the flea market during this trip, it was either very overcast or raining, like drizzling. So it was not helping with like keeping like stuff dry. So like, and if anything was like dripping wet that I would have been interested in, I'm like, nah, I'm good. So yeah, we didn't stay too long. It was unfortunately a bit of a bust. I don't even have any like interesting photos from that particular visit of the flea market. But the main thing that happened on Sunday was that we ended up having like a bit of a small like get-together party. So like Varian and Matthew did some baking for like some muffins and some other stuff too. So we had Nam, who we talked about earlier, stop on by early with another friend, hung out for a bit, snacking, and then later on, Lily came on by, and as well as another friend. Yeah, just like a small little party hangout. Not too much to like really go into detail here, other than like by the time Lily was around, like a lot of us were just playing Mario Kart World, and then like eventually I threw on F-Zero GX again just for me playing it, like because I would be like the only one showing that off while both Varian and Carbo were getting their hair dyed. So like getting some new colors and all that. And then just a little bit of like Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, just because like that was actually, in regards to Pokemon Stadium 1, that was a game that Lily grew up with in regards to the mini games. So I got to hear them talk about that. But yeah, small little thing. Pretty fun. Just a chill Sunday. Nothing much else there. This kind of sucks that the flea market sucked that day. But what can you do? So Monday comes on by, and unfortunately by this time that's when Carbo has to head back home. So said my goodbyes to Carbo. It was nice meeting them. Hope to see them again in the future. Maybe around the same time I visit again, whenever that happens. But other than that, Monday was pretty much a nothing day. The only notable thing that happened Monday was I ended up finishing Doom 2 on Monday. Because after I finished Doom 1, I did go into Doom 2 immediately, but not too far in. And then I just said, fuck it, I'm in the mood to play Doom 2. And I did. Doom 2 is still pretty good. I can absolutely vouch for that, chat room. And that was Monday. There was legit nothing else to talk about on that Monday. So we'll just move on to Tuesday, where telling Varian is like, hey, can we go to Game Cache again? I want to browse a little bit more because there was something in the back of my mind on my first visit, not related to the PS1 games I was looking at, but I was looking at Game Gear stuff, and I was like unsure about what I wanted to do with it. So after doing a little bit of research, I found out that in terms of like regions, like the Game Gear didn't really have too many like regions to worry about. So I'm like, there were some games I believe I saw that I was interested in, like Wonder Boy and Shinobi for the Game Gear, especially Shinobi, because I heard that GG Shinobi is like really fucking good. And the prices I saw on them were not bad at all. So I ended up going to Game Cache again, just to double check. And lo and behold, they're still there. And I say, fuck it. I'm gonna get Shinobi and Wonder Boy. Now, I don't own a Game Gear anymore, because the Game Gear we had when I was a kid, I don't know what happened to it, but I have the Analog Pocket as well as the Game Gear adapter, so I can actually play Game Gear games. I just don't have the legit Game Gear in my collection at this moment. So I wasn't getting it for absolutely no reason. Ooh, a sink. But one other thing that caught my eye right before heading out, there was a PS1 mouse there. And they were asking 30 euros for it, and I'm like, you know what? Sure, let's get the PlayStation mouse as well. I'm not sure what else I'm gonna use it for outside of like the Quake 2 port on PlayStation, but it'd be nice to have. And I was fairly certain I did not have a PlayStation mouse already. So that's off my bucket list. I go home with more video game stuff. I can't believe it. What's wrong with this guy? So right after that, we decided to just grab something to eat, and we go back to the mall, and we go to Waffle House, which I tried Waffle House last year. And it was good. Like the thing I got at Waffle House was good, but I remember having a bit of an issue with what I ordered flavor wise. It was like a cheeseburger waffle, where like how Waffle House works is like it's just like you have a waffle with like various things stuffed inside. So last time I got like the one that would have like burger meat, like pickles, ketchup and stuff in there. But like I remember when I had that, it was a bit sour for my liking, and I believe that was a result of the mustard they used. So this time, instead of going for that, I'm like, I'm gonna try the salmon one. So go ahead and try that out, and the salmon and cheese or whatever, I forgot what else. I think they had like some herbs in there as well. That was so much better than the fucking cheeseburger. Like that was a winner in my book. I'm like, oh, thank God this tastes good. Oh, I'm so happy that it tasted good. So yeah, that might be my go-to if I go to Waffle House again. Big recommend in my books. And hey, that was actually right next to Bagel Corner, which we already had couple days ago, so I don't need to talk about that again. But after that, we decided that today was the day that Varian and I ended up going to this one thrift store that I went to last time. It was a bit out of the way. We had to take a bus to go there. This was like the same thrift store where I found that French Power Rangers DVD. So we decided to go look there again today. In my case, I didn't find anything that I wanted this time around. The closest thing I probably would have gotten was like wireless earbuds for 15 euros, but because of how cheap it was, and I'm like, I tried to look online about like how they were, and it seemed very middling, and I guess for that price, you get what you pay for. Because like for someone like me that likes listening to music on my phone with headphones, which I did a lot on my flight to France, audio quality is a big thing with me, and if it sounds like shit, it's gonna make me mad. So I resisted the urge to get these. I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna hold off. That being said, Varian ended up finding quite a few things. One of which was something I actually pointed out, because I'm like, hey, look, this is like a massage machine. This might be something you might need. But because of the writing on the price tag, I wasn't sure if they were asking like $10, like 10 euros for it, or 70 euros. So we did take it with us to like ask like the front, and it's like, okay, how much does this actually cost? Because we can't really read it. Lo and behold, that massager did in fact cost 10 euros. It just looked that way because it was originally 20 and then it got like marked down to 10 just by writing over it. So that's why it looked a bit weird. So yep, got that massager, and let me tell you from experience, because we both used it, I tried it a bit, but even though it was mainly for Varian, that thing definitely massages. You feel that shit. I looked at the instructions, how you're supposed to like hold it and how it operates. I'm just like, ooh, I needed this. So that's a win. It's a good thing I caught wind of that, even though it wasn't for me. That is a victory. I don't think I got any like photos or video from that particular thing. I don't think. No, it does not look like it. Oh, but I will show you something from a little bit before we did our fun excursion at the checkpoint. Chat, I need your opinion. Should I make this a channel emote? Because I see this and I'm like, I need to make this a channel emote with zero context. I don't even know who this guy is. I just see floating head. And all I see is that he's going into the Zordon jar. There. All right. I think that's good. He's just going to stay there for the rest of the stream. Yeah, other than the massage machine, Varian got some stuff like some DVDs, a jacket for Nam, and I think some Pokemon cards as well. Yeah, oddly relevant because we're playing a Pokemon game right now. Whoa! How the fuck do I make this guitar though? So yeah, after that trip to the thrift store, we head on back, and we ended up ordering Indian food again for the night. And outside of that, we watched like one episode of Garth Marenghi's Dark Place upon my request. And I've eventually learned that Varian was unfortunately not a fan of Dark Place, and I'm like, okay, we don't need to watch more after that. But from what I could tell, it seemed like Matthew was getting a kick out of it because like yeah, Dark Place is pretty funny, and I do think about you and he were buddies, weren't you? I think about that a little too much. Just how Matt Berry reads that line. It's so good. I'm probably going to watch the rest of Dark Place on my own as a result. But then, other than that, 2 more episodes of the Witch Hat Atelier dub came out. So we watched that while also having our dinner. Speaking of which, the Indian food, like I mentioned, was still good, but I clearly ordered a bit too much because after I was done, I was not feeling good. I basically went to bed like feeling like a bit ill. I didn't get sick, but I'm just like, I clearly overate. Fucking egg on my face. Big oops. Don't do what I do, kids. Just don't. So chat, I'm just realizing we're on like the last full week of the vacation already. We're like halfway through it. But yeah, like I mentioned, there weren't many like big events like going to the zoo or something this time around. This was a lot more casual and I guess normal. But I still think it's worth talking about just to know like how stuff like this goes for me. And I'm like totally okay with that. But anyways, Wednesday, the typical Wednesday meeting Varian at his appointment place after taking the tram and then walking back. But on the way back, we do stop at excuse me, we do stop back at Happy Cash again because I brought up because Varian's been getting all of these DVDs and whatnot. I was like, hey, maybe we should actually get ourselves a DVD player for you. So we checked Happy Cash for that exact reason. And they did have a few DVD players. And there was one for like roughly 30 euros, I think, or maybe 25 euros. So that's what we went with. It was like a Philips branded one. It was nice and compact. And Varian said like, yeah, let's get it. So we did, got our remote for it. Went do a little bit more grocery shopping right after that and went back home. I will say though, even though it didn't happen the same day, it was more towards the end of the vacation. I'll just like fill in right now. The DVD player works, but the remote does not. Even with like fully functional batteries, the DVD remote does not interact with the DVD player at all. And that's not good. Because the only thing you can do on the DVD player unit itself is play, pause, and eject. So if you want to do stuff like go around a menu and have Inspector and Gadget explain what each menu option does, can't do that without a remote. And unfortunately, while I was there, we forgot to go back to Happy Cash and like ask them about like, hey, the remote you gave us doesn't fucking work. What do we do? So unfortunately, shit out of luck for that. So hopefully Varian and or Matthew can figure that out in case they haven't already. Because, like, damn, so many DVDs and nothing to watch them on. We gotta get a working fucking remote for this thing. But that was it for Wednesday. Again, just another semi-uneventful one. Just the biggest event being getting the DVD player. I did like double check the games at Happy Cash while I was there, because I was still looking for Game Gear stuff, because like, hey, with my limited luggage space, something as small as Game Gear games is easier to transport than like a PlayStation jewel case, for example. But yeah, I saw like the Game Gear release of Shining Force and one other game that the name escapes me. Oh yeah, it was something Oasis, not related to Beyond Oasis or anything. Yeah, I unfortunately can't think of what the name is. It just has Oasis in the title. Overpriced there, for sure. I checked eBay listings, and even with, like, European conversion rates, like euros to USD, that store was overpricing it, even in euros. Like, no thanks. So, no games for me, and unfortunately, I still did not get the French DVD box set of Fresh Prince. I kind of regret that. Oh, there was something I glossed over. The same day we went to the big thrift store. We stopped in a couple of other stores just to browse around for stuff. Check out this photo. Why does Scooby look zooted out of his mind? Not sure what's up with that. Stand by, I'm skimming through my photo reel. Okay, before I keep digging through that stuff, that was pretty much how that Wednesday went, and we're gonna be skipping Thursday because nothing happened on Thursday. We stayed at home and just did whatever. Nothing to talk about, nothing important. Easy skip. We're going straight to Friday. But before we go to Friday, I have some miscellaneous photos I would like to show. Too bad Blondie's not here for this. Some all around Claremont, and it wasn't just this year. This has happened, like, I've noticed this ever since my first time going to France and going to Claremont. Like, there was always these like pixel things around the town, but I don't remember seeing the one based on Alien, so that was cool. And then here's a brief video. Star Wars and Mario. I think those were the main ones. Yeah, those were the main photos for that. I do have some location shots. Some construction was happening over here, which was not the case the past few times I visited. Although, speaking of construction, it's crazy compared to last year how there was like no construction in like on the roads or anything this time around. Because last year, a lot of the roads were like under construction, so we had to do like a lot of like detours and whatnot. Not this time, so it was crazy. Like clear roads, clear sidewalks. It was surreal. But yeah, it's another plaza shot. Oh yeah, this this location here. This was where that first swap meet happened, where I got Iconoclast. This was the location it was at. Just like this general area. Oh, and here's a photo I forgot to show while courtesy of Carbo taking the photo for me. Did I not drop that photo in? Hold on. Where the fuck? There it is. So if you're wondering what I'm pointing at, you may remember that I did a pointing photo. I put a pointing photo in the games I played video while talking about France. So I'm pointing at the mountain / tower that me and Varian ended up like walking down last year. Like that is the exact spot, and I'm even further away. And I'm like, I was up there. Oh man. That's all. Maybe that'll go into like the year-end video for this year. Maybe. Here's a little bit of some random street shots too. That's some good B-roll here. Okay, there's another video of the, I don't need to show that. Okay, well that's mostly all that random B-roll stuff. So let's move on to the final Friday. Unfortunately, even leading up to like some of the Fridays, or leading up to Friday, Varian wasn't feeling well. Like, felt like he was like starting to get sick. So because of that, I didn't want to stay home this time. So I actually ended up going out by myself to kind of just walk around. And I did eventually like pick up something for Varian to help his sickness. Not medicine or anything, but like he asked if I could get some vinegar chips to help with his throat. So I did while I was out. But before that, while I was just looking around the Claremont Plaza area, I was hearing music. And I'm like it was surprisingly busy. Like pretty active outside with people walking around. And then like in regards to the music, I'm gonna actually mute the game because I have two videos to this. I go to the source of like this music, and this is what I catch. Where? Oh god, where the fuck is? Okay, here they are. Please have a listen. I know I wasn't going crazy because I'm like, wait a minute, that's We Are Number One. Is this real? Sure enough, it's real. I actually hung by a little bit and listened to them play a bit more, and I actually ended up giving them like at least I think I gave them €1 or at least €2 because like, you know, that's good. So I actually did a little bit more browsing around after that. And I actually go in, and that's actually near Game Cache and the milkshake place, like right near it. So I'm like, I'm gonna go into Game Cache again. I just need to browse one last time. And I do spot 2 games that I'm interested in, but I don't buy because I was just gonna wait the following day and see how I felt about it the next day. But there were 2 games that were also from the US. And I'm just like, price-wise, I might actually go for it. I'll see how I feel the next day. But then, like, after a bit more, like, wandering around, just getting some fresh air, that band is still playing music. And another thing happens where I'm like, I recognize this song. What is it? And then it hits me. Can you figure out what they're playing? I'm just like, I can't believe I'm hearing The Offspring. Crazy. Good shit. Very, very good shit. Yeah, it was after that, like right after that, I stopped at the grocery store to go get the vinegar chips and a couple of extra personal groceries to last me the last couple of days in France. And then that's pretty much how that went. So we can move on to Saturday. We did a little bit more shopping on Saturday. Varian was willing to go out. He's feeling a little bit better since the past couple of days. So after a little bit of shopping, we do go into Game Cache one last time, and I have decided, you know what? I'm getting those 2 games. I can fit them in my luggage. I'm just gonna get them. And those games in particular are the GBA version of Breath of Fire 2 and Super Ghosts and Goblins. Is it Ghosts and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts on Super Nintendo? They changed the name every like 2 minutes. It's the G&G game on Super Nintendo. They were reasonably priced, so I just said, you know what? I'm gonna take them home. I don't have them in my collection. I mean, I have Breath of Fire 2, but not the GBA version. And it's a tiny cartridge, so that's easy to bring home. And I think at that point, that was like where the last of my money went. Maybe outside of like a little bit of like groceries or food at the end, but like I'm just trying not to overspend anymore at this point. My God, look at these boys shower. So after Game Cache, we hit up the milkshake place again, because Varian was like, "Are you in the mood to get milkshakes again?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I'll cover the cost. It's no big deal." And then after all that shopping, we head back home, and Varian and I play more Pokopia. Surprise, surprise. But I'm bringing this up in particular because Varian got more of his Switch stuff from his mom mailed back to the apartment. So we were able to try out this game's like game share feature. So we were able to like play together. Like he's playing on his Switch 1 via game share, and I'm on Switch 2 on the TV to work on Pallet Town. But then we find out that game share is super limiting. So like if you're the one being game shared to, you can't change your appearance. You can't pick stuff up. Or actually, no, you can pick stuff up, but you can't like, you can't go to the crafting table, which is like essential for building. So you're like, what the fuck? It was kind of a bit of a disappointment in that regard, but we still had fun with game share, and we have some evidence. Like swimming around like idiots. Try not to get murdered because I'm a pair of logs. And probably the best one. Oh, wait. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's this one. Yeah. The fact that you can just punch each other, it's fucked up. We were laughing our asses off while doing this, by the way. We were just having a grand old time. Regardless. But other than that, the last major thing we did for the night was, fuck it, we're gonna watch Power Rangers Dino Charge. So we watched quite a few episodes of Power Rangers Dino Charge. And, let me just tell you, chat, Varian's having a good time with Dino Charge, despite, like, Keeper creeping him out because of how he looks with his fucking giant eyeballs and E.T. looking ass face. It's having a good time, but he had, like, he keeps pointing out this very particular, like, thing about the Green Ranger Riley. Anytime the morph sequence happens, he has to point out the face that Riley's making. And it's like, why does he look like that? And I don't have any photos I can show, and I'm willing not to show because I'm just like, you're crazy. Why do you have to do this? Like, you're insane. There's nothing wrong with his face. It's okay. He just has a weird expression when he's like morphing. You can't blame his eyebrows for that. Don't be mean to Riley. So, like, anytime it happened, it just, like, got funny and funnier. It's just hearing about this, and I'm like my cheeks are hurting right now because I'm smiling thinking about it and how silly it is. It's so funny, but no, Dino Charge has been pretty fun to rewatch. So, there's not much vacation left, chat. The final Sunday. So that means one final visit to the flea market, which thankfully was better than the week prior. But yet again, it was overcast. And sometimes there were like little droplets of rain. That's like 3 for 3. Like, why did every Sunday have to have some like little bit of rain during the flea market? It's like almost cursed. But I actually ended up getting like 2 things at the flea market this time around. Not for me though, but because I was in France when Mother's Day happened, I wanted to get something for my mom. So I looked around the flea market and I caught some bracelets that I'm like, okay, she might like this one. And Varian pointed out another one that had a horse on it because my mom loves horses. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I think that'll work. We'll get those for mom when I come back home. And mom, and just spoiler alert, mom ended up liking the bracelets, so I'm happy about that. I don't know if Varian got anything on that final visit to the flea market, because it was just me and him again. Matthew was not feeling good, I believe, so it was just us two taking care of that and looking around. Interestingly enough, there was a vendor there that Varian was very familiar with, that sells like stuffed animals and stuff. So like that was neat. Just they talked for a little bit, and I didn't intervene or anything like that, but got to know a little bit more about some of the people that Varian know within like Claremont. But outside of that, not much happened on Monday. Shame to say. The main oh, sorry, not Monday. We're talking about Sunday. Not much with Sunday. Big correction there. But we did end up ordering Santuka for one last time, and just for the hell of it, it was my treat, so I covered the full cost of everything we ordered, which was it was a lot of money, but it's okay. I was able to handle it, especially since I was able to get paid while I was on vacation, so like, sure thing. Not a problem. It stung a little bit, but manageable. Totally fine. And once again, we watched more Dino Charge for the rest of the night. Just a little bit more of that, working our way through the season. So now, that brings us to Monday, the last proper day before I have to go back. So we had plans on on Monday. So Vari and I went out, and the main thing is we were gonna go to the checkpoint. Just one final visit to the checkpoint, hang out and play some games, just the two of us. And as a special occasion, per my suggestion, I wanted to wear matching t-shirts, both of which are mine. I brought both of these shirts just for the occasion so we could both wear a variation of the "World is a fuck" shirt. That is Varian on the right. I am on the left wearing the little dumpy shirt. So we go to the checkpoint, and unfortunately, the checkpoint is closed.
Oh, I want to get away. I gotta get away.
So apparently they're not open on Mondays, which threw both of us off because when we double checked on Google, it said they had Monday hours, but apparently that was not up to date. So we were unfortunately fooled, and our plans to hang out at the checkpoint fell through very quick. So we did some other stuff as an alternative. So we stopped by the park, which is nearby. Oops, excuse me. Just kind of chilled there just to hang out, relax, and of course, see the ducks. Check the ducks out. I mean, look. They're right behind me. By the way, that's the Brachydios necklace I talked about last time. Look at that fist. It's fucking sick. I really like it. It's good shit. Fish! Look at them. That's some dirty ass water still. I don't think that's been cleaned in decades. Supposedly. I don't know, really. But after that, we decided to go to a nearby bookstore. And I actually went to this bookstore last year, but there were renovations being done during that time. Of course, by now, those renovations are like all done. And let me tell you, this place, when you go inside, it's huge. Like, huge. Like, there's a lot of stuff. There were some books, like, Varian did get like 2 books, but was running tight on money, so didn't get more than that. Meanwhile, there were a couple books that caught my eye that I didn't get. There was the Expedition 33 art book, which I did see at another bookstore earlier in the vacation. It's entirely in French, and I don't know if I talked about it on the previous stream, but I did pre-order the English release that's coming out later this year, so I know I'm getting that. But there was like some Nintendo history book. Again, all the stuff in French. Yeah, some things caught my eye, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna get it because A, saving money, and B, I don't have the luggage space to get a giant fucking book. So I legit can't, unfortunately. And also, unfortunately, like, there is the music section of the store, which, when I went last year, that's where I got the new Dream Theater album. And unfortunately, I wasn't finding anything that I was looking for in the music section there, sadly. So we just got Varian's books and got on out of there. But yeah, very sizable place, like legit huge selection of books. If you were there, you would buy French cookbooks. You know, I didn't think to see if there was something like that in the in that bookstore. I would assume yes, but that's not where we were browsing. That's not the sections we were looking at, but like, ooh, is that new? That might be new. I don't think I have that fossil. Oh, and just for reference, in case you're curious, the name of the bookstore we went to was called Le Volcan. But then after that, we took a little peek inside the De Euro store, which is like a store that almost everything just costs 2 euros. Didn't get anything this time around. Even though they would have just been 2 euros. It's like, little peek. And then for lunch, because we couldn't go to the checkpoint, going to Le Trois was out of the question because it's too far away from where we were now. We were not going to walk all the way back just for that. There were 2 spots near like the main tram line that caught my attention while I was just walking around. I'm like, I'm curious about this, but I don't know. There was some other like taco place, but there was also right next to it a place called Quick. And I did like a mental coin toss and said like, you know what, let's go into Quick and try this out. They've got like burgers and whatnot. So I ordered like burger with some fries and a drink, and then Varian got like small ice cream just because. And if you want my review of what I ordered, it was okay. I don't feel strongly about it one way or the other, but it was okay. That's all I gotta say about Quick. And then, well, the rest of the day after that was playing a bit more Pokopia and watching the rest of Dino Charge, actually. We finished, not counting the 2 holiday episodes, we finished Dino Charge, the first 20 episodes. So at some point, me and Varian are going to have to watch Dino Supercharge and continue all that. So that was nice. I think one of my favorite things, other than like Varian enjoying Dino Charge, was like sometimes Matthew would watch along, and I don't think Matthew has ever seen Power Rangers, so like his exposure to this goofy shit is like great. And it's just really fun seeing how he like reacts to some of the stuff, especially like Dino Charge, because like Dino Charge is a really good season. It's a really good season. But I mean, Varian has gone on record that his current favorite season is Ninja Storm, and I agree with that, and I'm totally like in solidarity with that. It's not my favorite season, but it's the funniest season of Power Rangers, and because it is legitimately funny. And I just love Ninja Storm. So like big ups on Ninja Storm. We actually showed Matthew the best part of Ninja Storm where like Dustin does the one move with Shane where Dustin slides his stomach on the ground while Shane rides him like a surfboard to go attack the monster while shit explodes all around them. I fucking miss Power Rangers. God damn it. Life sucks. Bring Power Rangers back. The world needs them now more than ever. But yeah, after we finished Dino Charge, I had to go pack. Because we had to get up early in the morning to go to the airport. Which brings us to Tuesday. Chat, I don't say this often. Maybe I do, but in this case, I mean it. Buckle up, because this was a Tuesday. That's all I'm gonna say before I go into this. Let me just stop. Hang on. I am not gonna play hide and seek right now. I'm gonna sit this Ditto on the bench. Buckle up, chat. So, Tuesday. Good old Tuesday. Go to the airport. And funny enough, I gotta provide a little bit of context on this next part, but this is the third year in a row where Varian and I, while waiting at the airport or going on the way, we both watch YouTube on Varian's phone and watch the Jarvis Johnson video about this TikTok user called Two Turnt Tony. This became a tradition because it was something we both watched the first year I was in France and waiting at the airport. And I was baffled by Two Turnt Tony. And then the second year, I'm like, hey, can we watch that again? And then we did. And it was still as absurd as ever. And then, like, this time, Varian suggested it, even though I was going to suggest it anyways. And once again, watched Two Turnt Tony. I think it's an official tradition now, which means, like, if I have to leave France for the 4th time to come back home, I'm going to be watching Two Turnt Tony again. But anyways, we had our sad goodbyes. I mean, the moment I passed through, like, the security at the airport, I was like, I miss my wife, Tails. I miss him a lot. But anyways, have our little small flight to Paris. I have a bit of a layover in Paris, so I actually have some time to spare. So I actually, hang on, is this a video of this? It is. I get some sushi for a quick lunch. And funny enough, it's actually the same terminal that I was at the first time I was heading home from Paris. I was in a different section last year. Like, I remember being near, like, in a terminal that had a giant cat statue. Not this time. So I was at the same sushi spot I went to the first year. The thing is, it was under a different, like, corporation. So, like, even though that the stand and stuff was the same and had, like, a sushi belt, it was not active, and I just had to get it from, like, the fridge. And I'm like, that's not as fun. Kane, I was there for, like, 3 weeks and some change. That's how long I was there for. So I just have that, and I still had a couple of euros left, so I just got like a candy bar, like a Snickers, to just offload that so I don't hold on to like 3 spare euros in my drawer for like over a year. Now comes time to board the flight. That goes relatively smoothly, but shockingly enough, and I don't know why, we were informed that we're going to be boarding the plane via bus. So we all had to get on, like all the passengers, myself included, had to go get on a bus to drive out to like a spot on the runway or something. Like pretty, like a decent way out from the airport to board the plane, which is strange to me. I haven't come across that. But I'm like, okay, whatever. It's just like, it's just something odd, nothing to really remark about. So, but before that, because like all my boarding passes was done with like the Air France app and whatnot, I wanted to make sure that on this flight home, please, I just want a seat to myself. The other flights I was on, I wasn't by myself, but thankfully they weren't like obnoxious, so it was okay, but I still prefer, especially on a long flight, I'd prefer to be by myself. And thankfully, as luck would have it, I did in fact secure myself a solo seat. So I had 2 empty seats right next to me. So for the next like 8.5 to 9 hours, I was just chilling. That being said, chat, this is where the monkey paw starts to curl its fingers. And that's probably the last thing you wanted me to say out loud, right? So get ready. So I do get like the solo flight, or sorry, the solo seat. So that's not the problem. What happened was the flight did not leave on time. The flight ended up being delayed on takeoff, and I wasn't sure why for a little bit. That is until I hear on like the flight intercom that they were waiting for medical personnel to come over to the plane and board it because there was a medical emergency going on. Now, unfortunately, I do not know exactly what that was. I'm not sure what the medical emergency was for, who it was for, but what that ended up doing was it ended up making the flight leave about over an hour over it was original like departure time. So eventually we do finally take off. And the flight in general was smooth. The most interesting thing for me, and I think I have this footage. Yeah, it's right here. Why are you upside down? Excuse me? Why is this video upside down? Okay, chat, take my word for it. The plane is not upside down. This is not... That's not... Don't worry about it. I just wanted to show off that this plane had, like, window tinting. Like, you had a thing next to you, so instead of, like, pulling a blind down, there's, like, buttons to, like, make the window darker or lighter, and I'm like, whoa, shit, that's really cool. And of course, that's how you help block out the sun. And of course, once it becomes like nap time for this long ass flight, it kind of like automatically does it. But yeah, the flight was pretty smooth. I got to chill, like lie down, rest a bit. I didn't play my Switch 2 at all because of how I packed my luggage. But other than listening to music, I did follow up on something I took note of on my flight to France. And I decided, hey, there's still plenty of time on the flight. I'm gonna go ahead and watch Weapons on the in-flight movie. And I did. In case you're unaware, chat, the director of Weapons is directing that new Resident Evil movie that's coming out. Zach Krager. If you want my review of Weapons, just very brief, I'll just say that I believe I enjoyed it, but it's also not exactly what I thought it was going to be in terms of the structure of the movie. And at the same time, I wasn't sure, like, I think as the movie was like going on, eventually like one of the reveals like ended up not doing it for me. I'm just like, oh, this is XYZ. That's not as interesting as I would have hoped. However, I would say that little bit of disappointment is made up for within like the last 15 minutes of the movie, where I'm just like kind of like grinning, going like, yeah. Just have a little small grin on my face with what I was witnessing on screen. And then I rewound it and watched that part again because I'm a sick fuck. I don't want to spoil it, but like there is, I'd say it has payoff. Like enough of a payoff that I'm just like, yeah, okay. But that doesn't exactly like make me more or less excited over this new Resident Evil movie. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I don't know if I'm going to go see the new Resident Evil movie because like I don't know. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not entirely sure. I would have to do research and I don't have time for that right now. But is Zach Krager one of like? Wasn't he on The Whitest Kids You Know? Is he like one of those guys? I think I heard something like that. I mean, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm like legit not sure without actually going to look that shit up. But yeah, that was like the only movie I watched on the flight. Otherwise, I just listened to music and just relaxed. So anyways, nearing the end of my flight, I was looking at the time between like local US time and like what my phone was saying, because my phone was still tied to European time, so 6 hours ahead. And I'm like, oh no, I have a bad feeling that because we left so late because of that medical emergency, I'm going to miss my connecting flight. And just knowing how this shit works, there was no way that my connecting flight was gonna delay itself just for little old me. So, having a little bit of like mental panic, just thinking about what the hell I'm gonna do before I even land in Atlanta. And lo and behold, once I get to Atlanta, I look at my boarding pass, like my digital boarding pass, and yeah, there was no delay on that connecting flight. So that just means that by the time I landed, they were already boarding that flight, which means I missed my first plane ever, and it felt so fucking bad. I told you, monkey paw. Big old monkey paw. All because I wanted to get a solo seat. The world just said, no, oh, you want to be alone on your seat? Well, fuck you. We're gonna fuck your last flight home. Too bad. You're stuck in Atlanta, boy. So, because I am now aware that I'm kind of trapped, I still have to go through, Border Patrol and, you know, like, TSA again to, like, scan your luggage again. But here's the biggest plot twist in regards to that. Border Patrol barely did anything. I just go up to it, they call me over, and I have, like, my credentials. I look into, like, this photo ID thing. They ask me, do you have food or drinks? I say no, and then they just let me through. No further questions, no other shit. It was, like, 5 seconds. And I'm like, wow. Okay. Jeez. And then, going through TSA was also pretty quick because I didn't have to take anything out of my bags, including my Switch 2, thank Christ. Because of how I packed everything, that would have been a big pain in the ass. But yeah, even though I got through, like, theoretically, if I was on time, if our flight from Paris didn't get delayed because of that medical emergency, I would have made it to the connecting flight no problem with how fast Border Patrol and TSA took. I was just like, God damn. I know I have another Pikachu doll. I gotta put that there. So I did have to go to, like, customer service, go up to the desk and be like, okay, am I able to get, like, another flight booked? And thankfully, they were able to get me, the next flight back home to Hartford. So, like, the next flight would depart at, like, what was it? Like, around 9 o'clock, I believe it would depart. So, it's like, okay, I have a little bit of time. I'm booked. Thankfully, it did not cost me anything. Because me missing my flight was 100% out of my control and not my fault. So, that was something I was very, thankful for. But while I was waiting for, my next flight, or, like, the flight home this time around, I said, like, hey, I've got some time to spare. Let's see if I can find something to, like, have for, like, sort of dinner. So I'm just, like, going around, like, multiple concourses and gates in Atlanta since I have plenty of time to spare. And I end up checking out a few places. I actually have some B-roll of some of the Atlanta concourses because they're all kind of like, if you're not taking the tram, like, there's these walkways and they're all, like, themed differently, and I always thought that was really cool. I'll just skim through these real quick. Like, see, there's this one. And, And this is my personal favorite one. I've always liked this one. Just the sort of foresty looking one with all the lights. Very, very moody. Big fan. Big fan of this section here. Oh, hey, what's that? What's that hat say? Chaos. But yeah, I stop at one of the concourses I stopped at. There was one place that caught my eye. It's called Einstein Bros Bagels. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm in the mood for like an egg and cheese bagel. So there was one I ordered that was like called the all-nighter. So it would have like eggs, cheese, some kind of jalapeno sauce or something like that, and some hash browns on the bagel. So I ordered that just to have as like a dinner before I take my flight. Now, it was pretty expensive because A, it's at the airport, and B, it's at the airport. But once I got my bagel, I sat down and realized, like, oh, where the fuck are the hash browns? Aren't they supposed to be on top of the bagel? Now, I don't know if they screwed up or if I screwed up because, like, you had to do it all at the terminal, and they did ask you, like, okay, what kind of bagel do you want? And my brain, I assumed that you could pick, like, plain everything, etc., and then the hash browns would be on top of that. But I don't think I saw an option to have the hash brown bagel on it. So I could have made a mistake or they fucked up. I don't know. And it's unfortunate. So instead I just got like everything but the hash brown part on that order. So yeah, that was a little bit disappointing, but again, was it expensive? Yes. Was it not everything I asked for on it? Yes. I will read that in just a moment, but thank you, SCR, for 79 months. But did it taste good? You bet your ass it did. I kind of forgave it because, like, it tasted good. I'm just like, this is just what I needed. There are two people here who coped with a shitty flight cancellation in part with bagels. Shit. I guess you're right. You're so right about that. Also, unrelated. Back at it again at Krispy Kreme. And also unrelated. Yeah, piece of cake. But not food related. This was actually in the same concourse as the Einstein Bros Bagels. Check this out. Ignore that random guy looking at me. I'm just focusing on the jazz here. Chat, I really wish I had like on-hand cash. I would have given him some cash. Because like that shit was nice. It was some smooth music. Big fan. Anyways, still had a little bit of time to spare, and then I checked my app and I'm noticing something with my flight. My rebooked flight. The flight got delayed because originally when I got rebooked for it, it was just like what it was before, and then it said like, oh, it's arriving early, but then it went like, okay, it's delayed, and then it got delayed again. So there was still a little bit of time, and I'm like, huh, there's a Shake Shack right near the gate. I'm just gonna go stop and look at the Shake Shack. So even though I had that bagel, I got myself a chocolate milkshake because they did not have cookies and cream in stock for some reason, so that was sad. And some lemonade. So I just had like 2 sort of different beverages, treats, while waiting on this rebooked flight. So after that, not much else to do. Like, I'm trying not to spend any more money, and I'm definitely full and covered for the night. So just sitting at the gate, waiting for the flight. And then it gets delayed again. It's like every 30 minutes while we're waiting, I check the monitor and I check my app with the boarding pass. And I also been getting texts because of the app that's saying like, we're sorry, it's delayed again. Without fail. Eventually, we get like informed by the people at the gate that the reason the delays are happening is because the pilots for the flight, because keep in mind, the plane that we're supposed to get on is parked at the gate, but we're waiting on the pilots to show up because the pilots that are supposed to be flying this plane are on another flight that they're flying, and they're supposed to be coming into Atlanta to disembark and get onto our flight to fly us back to Hartford. So that's why the delays are happening, because they haven't arrived yet. So it's like, okay. And then it gets delayed again. Are you seeing a theme here, chat? It's because, like, I'm like, because my mom was like waiting for me to like update her on like when my arrival time is so she can pick me up from the airport. I keep having to tell her, it's like, okay, it got delayed again. Now I'm expected to arrive at like 2 to 2:30 in the morning. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So then, still waiting. And then we get ourselves an update from the guy at the gate again. And do you want the monkey paw to curl all the way? All the fingers curled? Unfortunately, the flight is canceled. We are sorry for the inconvenience. So internally, I am fuming. I am fuming so fucking much. Just a complete waste of my fucking time. Just sitting. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Like, I was legit, like, falling asleep at the gate. Even after having something like Shake Shack and lemonade, like a sugary thing like lemonade, I'm about to, like, completely black out. Because it was a long day of travel, and I'm just still at an airport. And my flight home got canceled. Which, shockingly enough, chat, first time that's happened to me. Doesn't feel good. So there is at least a silver lining, just like with how I got my flight rebooked for free. They did rebook for the next morning flight for free. And also, and thank God for this, myself as well as everyone else affected by this flight cancellation got a voucher for a free hotel stay and a meal ticket, which I definitely utilized. So I ended up staying the night at a nearby hotel that's like only 2 miles from the airport. So I just had to get on the shuttle Which, by the way, I forgot to mention, by the time I got to Atlanta, I was hit with the current weather, which is humid and hot. So it was like, oh, I wasn't feeling great outside compared to France, where it was like some days it was nice and some days it was just raining. Come back to the US and like, boom, here's the heat, baby. Not the best feeling. So, yeah. So just get on the shuttle, which ended up being extremely crowded. Like we were completely stuffed into this shuttle as all of us were going to this one particular hotel to stay the night. And I'm gonna go mute this. I actually recorded this in the hotel room I booked. I'll just let this one play out, I think. Well, to say that today has been eventful, that's kind of putting it lightly, I'd say. Hi. I'm fucking tired. And, well, since my flight got rebooked for the next day, I've got like maybe 4 hours of sleep that I gotta get before I go back to the airport. At least getting a room like this for free it's a nice consolation, and I didn't have to repay for any like rebookings or something like that. But this is not how I wanted my return trip to go. Fuck. Yeah. So, I mean, for what it was, and the fact that I got it for the grand total of free as compensation, it was nice. I obviously couldn't stay there long. Like, when I got there, I showered for the night and then went straight to bed. And I only slept like 4 hours because I had to get up in time to catch the shuttle to get to the airport in time to actually head back home. When I went to go check out, I ended up using my meal voucher on a bottle of Gatorade and some Doritos because there was nothing else like open that early, so it was just like whatever was there. It's like, hey, does the meal ticket work for this? Yeah. $7 for both of those. You're out of your mind. Are you kidding me? Thank God I'm not paying that out of my pocket. Like fuck. What a scam! Bets of up to $7. Ha! What can I do with this one meal ticket? But yeah, I did my whole checkout. Went back, had to go through TSA again since I re-arrive at the airport. And unfortunately, I do have to take my Switch 2 out this time. So that was kind of a pain in the ass to like reorganize my luggage to make sure everything got home safe and not broken. Thankfully, that's where like nothing else bad happens for the rest of the trip home. So like the worst had passed. It's just that I just wish I was home on time instead of like a day later, because I intended to take that Wednesday as a relaxation day because I had to go to work at Thursday, but nope. Instead, I had to come home from Atlanta on Wednesday, so I had less time to relax, and I still went to work on Thursday. So that was a bit rough. I did debate on calling out of work because of this, but yeah, it wasn't fine. And I forgot about one extra monkey paw curl. It was actually something I discovered when I woke up Wednesday before I checked out. I'm like, okay, it's Wednesday morning. By this point, I can find out, like, what my upcoming paycheck is gonna look like. And, it was fucking abysmal. Because for some reason, my work did not see that I submitted, like, another week's worth of, like, vacation time. So, instead of being paid for, like, 2 weeks of vacation time, I got paid for 1. So, that fucked me over for these next couple of weeks in terms of finances. So I wasn't happy about that, let me tell you. But after that, just waiting on my flight to finally get back home, I get breakfast at a nearby Popeyes at the airport. I get myself like a chicken tender, like on a buttered muffin with cheese and egg, and I'm like, you know what? That's fine enough. It was a very salty muffin, like very buttery it felt like, but it was good for what Popeyes is, I guess, and just a small little breakfast thing that I preferred over just Doritos and a bottle of Gatorade prior. So, after all that, just had my flight home. It was just like a 2 hour, 15-minute flight. No real issues. Just kind of rested, listened to music the whole time. And the only other thing that I won't go into too much detail about is that the person next to me on the flight was watching some certain news networks that are undesirable. So that wasn't great. And I'm just like, ugh. Like, I was just ready to, holy shit. You are fucking big. Who are you? But by that point, I was just like, I'm just ready to be home and be done with this whole going home fiasco. And, well, I arrive at Hartford. It's still pretty hot out. So, like, even though I went from Atlanta to Hartford, the heat was still not great, so I had to deal with that. Get picked up from the airport and just head on home. And that was my France vacation. So yeah, overall, I had a great time in France, but getting home was fucking miserable. And I wish it wasn't miserable. Normally I would say getting home is miserable because I'm like, I'm away from my boyfriend again, and I wish I was back in France still with him. But no, it was miserable because I missed a flight and got stuck an extra day when I didn't want to. All out of my control, and I guess out of most people's control anyways. But I'll look at it this way, chat. It could have been way worse. The only way it could have been worse is if A, I was stuck there longer, and B, I had to pay extra flights out of my pocket. If that happened, I would have been way more fucking mad. Like, I would have been furious. But, hey, I gotta give Delta credit. They compensated for shit out of my control. So, take what you can get. Probably better than American Airlines or Spirit. Oh wait, sorry, Spirit Airlines is dead forever. Also, is it bad that I've never heard of Spirit Airlines until I heard about the news of them dying? Like, I'm like, what the fuck is Spirit Airlines? Like, I never heard of them before. They live on in spirit? Hold on. Just because you said that. Where is it? Where is it? Where is the image? Fuck, I had the image. It's so easy to spot, streamer. What are you doing? Oh, here it is. You know what's coming. Okay. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. I've got nothing else to really talk about the trip. It was, compared to the previous 2 years, I would say it was less eventful. Like, nothing big like going to, like, Leon, for example, or going to a zoo. This was just, like, strictly staying in Claremont and, just enjoying my time there casually. I guess the trade-off is, like, okay, nothing big like going to Leon for their park or that mall or going to the zoo. The trade-off is, hey, the big event is you missing your fucking flight home because the force is out of your control. Not a great trade-off, but I guess it is what it is. And with that, that's pretty much gonna be the stream, chat. That's all I got for you tonight, because I still have work tomorrow. So let me just play this again.
Forces will never get their hands on this belt.
Okay. All right. Let me fill you guys in on what is going to be happening stream wise coming up. Now that I'm back home and getting back into the swing of things. I have a lot of days of work ahead. So my next day off. Oh, a pizza? Yeah, it has been a few weeks. Here you go.
Did you know?
Thanks for the pizza order. I did not order pizza at all while I was in France, by the way. Not a single pizza was eaten. But I had takoyaki. I'll take that trade-off. So my next full day off, chat, is Wednesday and Thursday. So the next big streams will be on Tuesday and Wednesday, respectively. And because there's not much time in the month left, one of those 2 days is going to be the Streamiversary stream. I have plans on what I'm going to stream during that time. Hey, I gotta check my notes again, chat. I feel like I missed something. Or maybe didn't write something down. Oh, there's some stuff I didn't write down, but it's whatever. Some stuff I missed is, like, I finished Sin and Punishment on the Nintendo Switch Online. I just did that one day. I just loaded up one of my resume states and, like, played till the end. And then alternatively, and I completely forgot this, but aside from Pokopia, like, in the later half of the vacation, I played a bit more Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, and on a few of the last couple of days while I was there, Varian played co-op with me because Varian likes Fire Emblem Warriors. So, like, he has a familiarity with, like, Musou at the very least. So, like, it was fun playing co-op. I don't think that... Oh, yeah. Just as an example. The fact that the finisher synced up like that, it was pretty cool. I need to play more of that. I'm having fun with it. I gotta see if I could try and beat that for the end of the year. But so Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm gonna do my streamiversary stream, and you'll find out what I'll do the day it happens. Outside of that, the next time I stream, like do a regular stream, we got to start Pragmata. But because my schedule is a bit hectic right now, I'm gonna try and do a shorter stream this coming Sunday, and maybe play like no more than 3 hours, depending on when I start. We can start a bit of Pragmata and then just work our way through that. I might just try and sprinkle in some shorter streams to like get more video game to be viewable on twitch.tv/wanroll. But yeah, I still have quite a few things. And of course, now there's a bunch more fucking games being announced and coming out, like Star Fox, that's being added to the docket. And just so you know, chat, I got the email today. 007 is being shipped as we speak. So we're definitely going to be streaming 007 First Light right around the time we get it. So it's going to be between that, Pragmata, and the other obligations like doing the balls hard Castlevania Chronicles run. Still got to do that. Still got to do Shenmue because I was given $10 to do Shenmue, among many, many other games. I will try and figure it out as we go forward. I cannot promise I can constantly do short streams during work days, but I'm going to try. Otherwise, it'll just be like the business as usual, at least 2 streams per week like we've always been doing here. And as one extra note, the week of June, the first week of June, so like 2 weeks from now, we do have an opportunity to have a beefy long stream, but it's just going to be for like a single day because of my work schedule. But be excited. I'll figure out what we'll do for that. Otherwise, I gotta get the hell on out of here. I gotta get ready and prepared for my shift tomorrow at work. So thanks for watching me ramble about my vacation this time. I did say near the end of last stream, I'm like, oh, I'm going to make this into a super VOD. I lied. I thought it over and I'm like, no, I'm just going to put part 1 up, and it's already up on the VOD channel. So this part's going to be up like pretty shortly after the stream, but I will still probably do a edited down version of this stream for the main channel. Maybe I'll see how I feel about it like tomorrow. Like if I'm in the mood, I'll probably see if I can make something good out of it tomorrow within like my editing software. If for some reason it doesn't come out good in an edited format, I'm just not going to do it. So no promises, but I'll try and give myself something for the main channel other than that 3.5 hour long video. Because I do want to put some more stuff on the main channel again. I kind of had a spark with that 2025 video, but hopefully I'll come up with something better, you know. Anyways, I gotta go. Thanks for watching. You guys have a good night. Take care. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Stay hydrated. Have a good night's sleep or a good morning breakfast if it is morning on your side of the world. I will most likely see you Sunday for Pragmata. And if not, I will see you Tuesday for the next stream. Let me get this guy out of here before I forget because he's on the wrong layer. I still don't know if he's going to be a new emote. Thank you, France. You guys have a good one. Bye.
Ha ha ha!